So I think the Big Ten keeps scheduling Indiana on Fridays, trying to have people not pay attention to them. That's a theory that I have. This is like their second Friday game in a week. It's their fourth Friday game of the season. Just feels odd. It's always like Indiana that's randomly playing the Friday night game. They're at the Kohl Center this time against Wisconsin. Bounce back spot for the Hoosiers after getting just mauled by Purdue. Wisconsin also in a bounce back spot after the loss at Penn State. Wisconsin still first place in the Big Ten right now, a game ahead of both Purdue and Illinois. What are you expecting here?
I'm expecting Kohl Center Voodoo to do a do a 86, 85 rookie year Jordan performance. I think it's gonna be special. I think Indiana's gonna struggle in this game. I think that Wisconsin's front court is more than adequate enough to at least hang with Indiana's front court. And I just don't have faith in this Indiana team to go on the road in the Big Ten and get a road win against any team with a pulse.
Fair. So is it just home court that drives your belief in Wisconsin here more than Indiana, or is it like other intrinsic things about where this team is at?
I mean, there's definitely other more like intrinsic details. Like if you look at the fact that Indiana stinks, that definitely plays a factor into it. I would say they're bad at basketball. Their backcourt is bad, and their backcourt being bad resonates throughout the whole team. They're a bunch of hacks as far as fouling in a game where the referees try to do their best job and are surely going to do a great job in this game. I'm sure that this Indiana team is going to foul a lot because that is what they do, because they are over aggressive and undisciplined at times. And I just I don't think this Indiana team can win games when they're getting absolutely nothing from their 6-year point guard and are forcing to get production out of cardio cups.
Yeah. Xavier Johnson, where are we at with him? We kind of crushed him in the recap. What are you do you expect he's ever going to retake his spot in the starting lineup here? Do you think this is a season-long thing where he's coming off the bench and he's broken?
I think that there's going to be a game. I don't know when it's going to be where he's going to have a quote unquote breakthrough, give Indiana fans maybe a sliver of hope going into the final half of the Big Ten play that they can, I don't know, make a run because they're getting the old Xavier Johnson back. And then it probably ends in a letdown, most likely. But I don't know. I truly feel bad for him because he has all the looks of a kid who might just be a little bit broken basketball wise right now. And it would be nice to see him get like a game, maybe like this one on the road where he can get his confidence back and feel good about himself, get away from the moans and groans of Assembly Hall. As he was shooting jumpers, people were audibly groaning. It reminded me of how people used to be with Joey Hauser, like his junior year. Every time he shot, it seemed like everyone in the stadium was moaning and groaning, even though he was a good 3-point shooter. So, yeah, I personally, on a personal level, I'd like to see him bounce back. I don't know if on the road at the Kohl Center though is the best like bounce back spot against guards that are good defensively too, by the way.
Very good defensively. Yeah, Wisconsin, 38th ranked defense in the sport, 6th offense in the sport. That's shocking. Did you know Wisconsin
What?
is the 6th best offense according to
Six?
KenPom? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Very good. Like very good offense.
What
Um,
the hell?
Steven Crowell, 12 for 22 from 3 on the year, 55%. I think 4 of those 12 came against your team, by the way. Like,
Yeah, they did.
it's the shocking thing. I can't believe that. I don't know, man. I think Wisconsin's legit. And I still don't really understand how everything got so much better. Obviously, AJ Store is incredible, but like, I really do feel like they just replaced Decision with AJ Store. Everybody else stayed about the same, and now they're really, really good. And last year they weren't. I haven't really followed that. The one other thing I would just say, I think Max Klesmit's like pretty good. Like I didn't feel that way last year. And if you go through the game logs, there's not a ton different. Like he's not miles better this year, but he just does a lot of winning things, like subtle behind the scenes winning impact plays. And I'm a big fan of his game. He's shooting really well from the line this year. He's shooting well from really everywhere on the floor this year. We'll see if that keeps up. But it seems like he kind of took some of his. Everyone makes it Store versus Esigian. I think Klesma actually took a lot of Esigian's role because Klesma guards his ass off and Esigian doesn't. And that really gives them a lot of options. Greg Gard, Big Ten Coach of the Year this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on where things are at right now, would you give Greg Gard that award instead of Matt Painter or Brad Underwood?
Yes, I would.
Or I guess like you can make a case for like Ben Johnson or
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Greg Gard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, we live in a world where Gregory guards are playing well, and Greg Gard might be the Big Ten Coach of the Year, and Wisconsin might win the Big Ten.
Was there anything from the Penn State game that concerns you that maybe it translates into this game, though? Because, just want to say this, Chucky Hepburn had 0 points, 0 for 4 from the floor in 37 minutes in that game.
Yeah, you're gonna get one of those from Chucky, and it fits that it's on the road at Penn State Wolves.
What if you get more of those from Chucky, though? Like, isn't Chucky capable of doing that all the time?
Oh, he's always capable, but I think he's looked different to me this year, and I don't even know what the stats point to it. But every time I watch Wisconsin, he just moves differently. He looks different to me too. I think he looks in better shape. He just a player that frustrated me watching last year. I just don't get as frustrated watching him this year, and that means something. And I think that actually has a direct correlation to a good amount of Wisconsin's success too.
Yeah, I agree. If this game was played at Assembly Hall, who are you picking to win?
Wisconsin.
Still. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think Wisconsin's legit?
Yeah.
Do you think they win the Big Ten?
I still think Purdue wins the Big Ten.
Okay. All right. This is one you got to get if Wisconsin is going to remain in the race to win the Big Ten, I believe.
Yeah. When does Wisconsin play Purdue?
They have them twice. They play them the final game of the regular season and then Sunday in February 4th.
Sunday.
Final game of the regular season is Wisconsin at Purdue in Mackey.
Ooh, that could be spicy.
Could be real spicy. Good job, Big Ten schedule makers on that one. All right, predict this game. Ken Pom has Wisconsin by 13 points.
Damn.
Big number. What do you think happens?
I'm not gonna fall for it again. I'm not. I said the same thing about this Indiana team having a little bit of umph to them, a little bit of grit. Wisconsin covers in this game. Wisconsin wins this game by, let's say, 16 points.
I think it's close. I don't know why. I have a weird taste in my mouth on this.
Can I make a crazy, crazy prediction that I truly actually believe will happen?
Please.
I don't think Indiana scores over 20 points in the first half.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm on the opposite side of you slightly. I think Wisconsin wins this game. For some reason, I think Indiana covers. I think we get like a back against the wall Indiana performance. Like I expect them to respond somehow after Purdue. Respond to the tune of a loss, probably like a 7 to 10 point loss. But I think they show up. Renault shows up particularly. But Wisconsin wins because they're a much better team. AJ Storr like 24 points again because he's awesome. All right. That's Carter Elliott. I'm Greg Waddell. We're going to have to keep talking about Wisconsin because they've worked their way into the Big Ten title race picture. Click subscribe so you see all our previews and recaps this season.